Week 13 Sunday slate is on tap as we get ready for the last day of the penultimate week of the SFL regular season, and we are high above the Houston skyline as we have a matchup for you here, the Jacksonville Kings meeting up with the Houston Headhunters. Welcome into Houston, Chris Curtis and Tyler Falk in the broadcast booth. And Tyler, the South Division's a mess. Jacksonville's season's result is in, but they can certainly spoil things for a rival in Houston.
The complete definition of a trap game, partner, as Jacksonville could play spoiler here for Houston. And what division isn't always a mess in that hashtag Tex-Mex South Division? It's anyone's guess who can come out on top every single year. It makes for some great football. And for Houston, the big question for me is how will Dave Burr combat against Jacksonville's defense? Jacksonville's defense, one of the in the bottom 5 in terms of takeaways, so Mr. Burr should have a pretty, I wouldn't say easy day against Jacksonville. Of course, Jacksonville historically been in the top 10 in terms of takeaways in franchise history, but Dave should be able to find his way around Jacksonville's defense quite substantially, in my personal opinion. However, on Jacksonville's side of the ball, they have a guy under the name of Jared Willis, who has scored 5 touchdowns in the past 2 games. He only has 10 on the season. He has really come alive late. Look for him to make an impact here in tonight's contest.
Yeah, pardon the hashtag, but yes, indeed, making an impact is what he's been able to do these last 2 weeks. We are just about ready for football. Houston's going to get the ball to start things off in this matchup, so maybe we get a partial answer to your Dave Burr question in very short order. We're ready for football. Hopefully so are you. The ball is on the tee, hand is in the air, and we are underway in Houston. Corky back deep for the return. He'll have it about 2 yards away from his end zone. Bring it up the middle to the right at the 20, and he is taken down there. Now we see Dave Burr. He is going to be in the quarterback spot. GP Wells and John McCool are going to be your main halfback fullback tandem. It is going to be DR Sim along with Mike St. Green, DR Sim, the Hall of Famer, Isaiah King IV, and Greg Corky, your wide receivers, with Dan Curtis and Talon Steele, the tight ends for Houston. They start with 2 to the left, and it looks like it's GP Wells backing off to the right. He'll get the first handoff of the game, and he will go just a couple yards, 2nd and 8. On Jacksonville's side of the ball, we'll see him in a minute, but we got to talk a little bit about Grayson Wills. He has a chance to jump 2 spots on the all-time list for yards in this game.
That'd be receiving yards. Grayson Willis, always a standout wide receiver, season in, season out. We'll be looking for him to shine when the Jacksonville offense retakes over.
2 to 3 to the left, 1 to the right. It is GP Wells again. Back there, he'll get the second down handoff, has some room on the edge, and he'll get taken down. Good pursuit to the ball is going to set the Houston offense up on a 3rd and 3. And good work by the linebackers to get to him.
That's back-to-back carries on the right side. Houston seemingly trying to target the right-hand side of the football field to some pretty substantial effect. 7 yards on those last 2 plays. Now it brings up 3rd and 3.
4-3 look on defense. Strong eye formation look from Houston. To the outside. Put it in his hands again. This is going to be a spin, but he does not have enough leg to get it to the first down marker. Comes up to 4th and 1 and likely a 3 and out early on for Houston.
Maybe that's why they try to go to the right-hand side 2 times, because we got guys like Bernard Gooden over there on the left-hand side with him playing his cornerback role, containing the dangerous halfback Wells really nicely.
Zarian way back deep for the return on this punt. So a quick 3 and out from Houston's offense indeed. And we'll get Jacksonville going right to left across your screen here in very short order. Azarian Way has the catch. Fair catch not called for, and he will get hit just about immediately. It'll be 1st and 10 at about the 37-yard line. So here comes the Jacksonville offense, led by Jordan Sipe, the rookie, and the main flank, Jared Willis, who you talked about. He's done very, very good work. Grayson Willis, Azarian Way, and Kingston Ellington, your main wide receivers. And then it'll be Joel Harleman and Cesar Ackerman, your tight ends for the Jacksonville offense. We are ready to go 1st down and 10. Off the left is Willis. They'll go his way. Jared Willis has 2 to contest with, but he'll get taken down by the second of those 2, 2nd and 8.
Sipe really had to get the ball away quickly. A lot of interior pressure forced him to dump it off to Willis on the near-hand side. Willis does enough to get a couple of yards, but great containment already, showing the hunger and the fire from this Houston defense.
Jerry Willis, or I'm sorry, Jordan Sipe, 26 for 41 a week ago. Just shy of the 300-yard mark in their contest. Sipe is going to go over the middle here. Tipped and incomplete. Good coverage over the middle of the field. Nothing doing for Jacksonville's offense, leading to a long third down.
I'm quite surprised Sipe didn't try and test Houston's defense here on that play. Grayson Willis got a great jump on the line of scrimmage toward the near sideline. It looked like he was gone for days, but there's some good coverage from the safeties, which took away that route, ultimately leading in that incomplete pass.
Gun straight look from Jacksonville. Looking in the pocket, throws over the middle. That's a first down. First down of the game, and the first third down conversion of the game for the Kings as they have themselves a first down as they find the tight end.
Erickman doing a good job just getting into the middle of the field. The Houston defense backs off on the coverage, expecting something deep, and Jacksonville with a great play call, just trying to look for something short. That picks up a nice, easy first down.
That'll work. Jacksonville trying to work their way through their side of the field into positive territory if they can. 2 to the right. Looking like Houston may send some extra pressure here. No, they send 4 to the right. Good full dump off to that sideline. It'll be a 6-yard completion. 2nd and 4 coming up, and another chance for Willis to bring that one in. His first catch of the ball game.
Simple out route on the right-hand side. Gets himself in a spot where Sipe can find him. 6 yards.
See what they can do. 2nd down. Good one out to the flat to Willis. He's going to have himself a first down. Spin move has him in open territory. He'll be just shy of the 41. And that is good work from the Jacksonville offense. A methodical drive, if anything. They're taking what Houston's giving them.
Absolutely. And just like we were talking about earlier, methodical, and also look at how Jacksonville has been coming out on offense. They're trying to overload one side of the football with a couple of wide receivers, and that's what helped open up the swing pass on the weak side. Here they go again, same type of play.
Yeah, exactly. They're trying to break a tackle in the process. It looks like he's only going to get 1 on that play. Aerial coverage, including the drone shot earlier in this broadcast. Courtesy of Dags Drone Works, aerial photography and videography services for real estate, events, marketing, and more. Learn more at dagsdroneworks.com.
What's up, guys?
Looking to throw it.
Anybody hear me?
Left side. That's going to be a off to the left. Chance towards the sideline. He's got some room to go. And that is going to be Willis on the outside towards the 20. And he has the Kings in the red zone. Jared Willis off the races there.
Catch and run wide open. No one in anywhere vicinity of him. 10 yards between him and the next closest defender. Houston, I'm not enjoying their let's back off and let them take these underneath routes because they're continuing to march down the field, the Kings are.
Very methodical. They continue to be. Maybe see Houston get a little more aggressive with the bump coverage, perhaps. Run off to the right for Willis. He's got some room to go. Tries to break a tackle. He would have been gone if not for that. And that is going to create a 1st and goal scenario at the 9-yard line. So more good work and very good even keel run and pass from the Kings.
Let's talk about those men in the trenches. Some great blocks provided by James Dunn, the guard. Couple of nice blocks by the center, Brian French, along with the fullback, Fred Foreman, just helping set that edge for Willis to get out there and pick up another Kings first down.
Now it's 1st and goal. This is something the Kings or the Headhunters can ill afford at this point. They don't want to give the Kings a good start. Broken tackle, tries to get closer. They'll get down to the 3-yard line. 2nd and goal coming. They finally get to him. It seems like they're delaying the inevitable the way this offense is playing.
Willis keeps charging. They've been looking for him left, right, and center here on the drive. He has more touches than anyone else on the drive, and it shows what kind of player he has become over the last couple of games.
Been very good so far. Looking to try to finish things off. Looks to get rid of it. Plenty of time. To the outside. That is tipped by a defender and incomplete. That was close. Harleman was the intended target. Not going to happen.
Like it might have been a little underthrown. I think maybe Menor also got a hand to it as well, which helped intercede for Houston. And now, big third down upcoming here for Jacksonville. Can they get on the board first?
46 all-purpose yards already for Jared Willis, and we're just on this first drive. He's going to try to cap it off potentially with a touchdown. This is going to be over the middle, back of the end zone. He's got it. That's a touchdown. Jacksonville is on the board. It is Grayson Willis with a 3-yard TD scamper.
The one time that Houston plays tied up on the line, they let everybody go behind him. It's an easy pitch and catch from Sipe to Willis. Touchdown, Kings.
A very good drive from start to finish for Jacksonville, answering a 3-and-out from Houston, and this crowd in Houston quiet after the effort that they just saw from the Jacksonville offense to take the lead. And now the Headhunters is going to be in the spot where they need to respond to this drive. This is a very good one from Jacksonville so far. Kick is up and on the way, and it is through. No issue there. So good work. Now it's time for Houston's offense to wake up a little bit. I'd say they just got slapped in the mouth a little bit there.
Very surprising here at home for the Headhunters to throw a duck here on the first couple of plays of their offense. Now, look for maybe GP Wells to help maybe settle this offense down with a couple of nice running plays. They tried to get him going early on in that short 3-play drive. Look for him to feature again here on the second.
And they were close to getting a first down out of that. We'll see how they can do here. This will be a chance for Corky back just shy of his own end zone. He'll get taken down at the 20. Nothing doing on the return. If you're new to the SFL, the Simulation Football League combines traditional sports, esports, and a role-playing game into one. Team strategies are being executed in real time by our simulations as real-life players compete on the virtual gridiron. For more information about the SFL, visit our website at simulationfl.net. The SFL, we put the fan in fantasy. Answer time for Houston. They're going to work with the tight end to the left in the single back. That's GP Wells back there. Burrs under center. He'll throw on first down. Throw short and get himself a quick 3-yard completion. And it's about as good as it gets efficiency-wise. DR Sim, the Hall of Famer, brings that one down.
Let's get your quarterback settled back in. Only had one pass attempt on the last drive. He gets himself back in the swing of things, finding his old reliable target in DR Sim.
Looking with 2 to the right on first. Single left twins. Looks like this will be a throw over the middle of the field. That is a great dart thrown by Dave Burr at the 45-yard line. 1st and 10 as they're just shy of midfield.
What a route. Let's take a look again. Credit is going to go to Burr to find the open receiver. But just making the excellent route is Mike St. Green, who comes under the safety in that case to just find his way to the football. Great route run there for MSG.
Yeah, if Houston finds their way into the playoffs, it is because of no small part by this guy. MSG has been money on that side of the field in the receiver spot. Problems for Burr. He was able to evade the tackle and still get a pass out. Now it's a problem. I believe that is Corky over there who was able to bring that down coming back to the football. It is. And he will lose a couple yards, but that could have been so much worse for the Hunters offense.
How often do you see Taquan Hale not come up with a sack? Dave Burr with an excellent move in the pocket. However, Corky did just well to help out his quarterback and come back for the football. They ultimately lose 2 yards, but I think it could have been much worse for Houston.
Bunch left on the second down play. He's going to try to go for the completion to get the first down and more, and it will be incomplete. Well defended over the middle of the field.
So Melia in on the coverage here for a couple of seasons with Jacksonville. Of course, so Melia named after the player in real life's 2 daughters. Very fun fact for Jacksonville. And as they continue to maybe come up with another stop here on third down.
3 to the right, 1 to the left. Burr with the 5-step. He's going to put it up over the middle again. It's incomplete. It looks like Houston's not afraid of airing it out, but it looks like now they have a two drives that stalled out to their credit at the moment. Good work by Jacksonville's coverage team to put a halt to those. It'll be a punt.
I think Houston just read into that one Mike St. Green post route a little bit too much and try to hit that same well one too many times. And luckily for Burr and for the Headhunters, it does not go the other way.
Upcoming punt back deep is Arian Way. And a fair catch called for and taken at about the 24-yard line. Back out comes the Kings. A very good drive to start things out in this game, as they had a pretty successful 11-play, 64-yard drive on their first attempt. We'll see what they can do for an encore against this Houston defense.
6 of those plays, partner, were to Jared Willis. 5 out of those 6 times were through the air.
Yeah, you don't bet against that, I suppose. This is going to be a nice spin move from Willis. Stays on his feet somehow. Forward progress should give him 4, I do believe, but there is some laundry in the field to see where that is as R62 makes his first appearance of the game. It's like a free play, so they'll get the 5 yards regardless, and a 1st and 5 coming up.
Alex Perez, the defensive end, trying to make something happen, trying to reinvigorate the Houston defense, just a little bit jumpy on the first play of the drive.
Yeah, see if he can get the snap count in order and make sure that he's not early next time. See how that goes. 1st and 5 coming up for the Kings. 2 to the left, 1 off to the right, with Jared being the main back. Sight looks to throw it. Throws to the outside. It is picked off. Back the other way. That's going to be a pick 6 to the house. The route was jumped into the flat, and that is a touchdown for the Headhunters.
The middle linebacker, Jason Peace, with an excellent jump on the football. I think Sight tried to do a little bit too much. He was under pressure. The pocket collapsed around him, threw off his back foot. What footwork here from Peace. He cuts upfield at the perfect spot, and there's no one in front of him. What a play for this Houston defense, and they're on the board.
He catches the ball and says peace as he's walking his way, waltzing his way into the end zone. And the Headhunters get one back on the defensive side of the ball. If the offense isn't performing through the first couple drives, they can at least rely on their defense to get something done. They do here, and Jason Peace makes it happen. Very good work. Sonny J going to add the extra point in under no uncertain terms. Kick is up and on the way. High snap, but handled well, and it is good. So 7 all game as we have a tie football game. The South Division we talked about, partner, was a mess coming in. It goes basically as simple as this. A Mexico City loss makes things a lot more problematic for them. But if Mexico City wins, they have nothing to worry about. These, the 2 teams that are at their heels, Fort Worth and Houston, who you see here, if either of them win out, they play each other in week 14, and Mexico City loses, then that team would take over and take the division win. So things a little bit messy right now, but things will probably seal itself out, or flush itself out, I would say, even before the week 14 game next week between those 2. And that is going to be a return back pretty decent. 1st and 10 for the Kings as they try to recover and have a bit of a short memory on this. 2 to the left as Jacksonville brings it up. Opportunity for Sight to maybe get himself back into it. That's going to be a run for Willis. He's got some room to go. Going to try to catch the sideline. He's got burning speed, but he's finally caught at about the 37-yard line. They'll give him the 36, and they are into plus territory on the first play from scrimmage.
Josh Rowe with an excellent burst of speed, the former sole possession holder of the pick 6s in a season title until about 24 hours ago, with an excellent closing speed to jump onto Willis at the end. But Willis, that's something we have only seen these last couple of weeks. We've known he's been able to come up with these big plays, but it's only happened in the last 2 games for Jacksonville. They're loving this right now in Jacksonville.
Yeah, seemingly has figured something out. He'll try to figure something out here, but he just figures out the quickest path to the ground. 2nd and 11 as he'll lose a yard there, but good run on the first one. Doesn't make up for the run here as the blocking just couldn't get there.
Markov just comes off his stance quickly and gets to Willis in the backfield. Short loss on the play. Now it's up to their coverage team to look for maybe a pass here from Sight.
Last time they looked for a pass, it was a pick 6. What can they do for an encore? Left side, corner route, and it's caught. And 1st down and 10th, the 26-yard line. That is Grayson Willis, and I do believe that probably put him over at least his first milestone.
Not quite yet. Only his 2nd catch of the game. That one for about 10, maybe 12 yards on the last play. Just undercuts Menor there, climbs the ladder, hauls it in with a nice catch.
Yeah, you're right. Needs about 20 more for that, if my math is right. Something like that, 15, 20. So he's getting there. Needs 39 for his first milestone. He's looking at Kale Barrett next on his hit list as far as on the all-time leaderboard for receiving yards. Looking to throw. Sight left side again. Caught to the 5, to the 3. He's taken down at the 3-yard line. And that was very close. Not quite enough to Harleman. Joel Harleman, the tight end. And they will have first and goal.
That's horseshoes and hand grenades for Harleman. What a catch. Just seemingly not expecting the pass and turns his body just enough to see it coming and haul it in. And then makes a couple of nice moves to get his team closer to the end zone.
Now they've got first and goal. That's Grayson Willis out at the top of your screen. They may go his direction on a fade if they don't hand off to Willis first, and Jared Willis gets taken down, a 2-yard loss. Second and goal for the Kings. Good work on the defensive line.
There's Keenan Samuels saying hello to Jared Willis for the first time today. Not the first time we'll be calling that pairing up.
Under center is Sight. Look to the outside. That's caught. Has the edge. Touchdown. The Kings get in. It is Joel Harleman able to get that one home. And the Kings come back out after the pick six and orchestrate a touchdown drive to take the lead right back.
And the rookie picks up his second touchdown of his inaugural career. And he's been making plays all season long. Good to see him get in the end zone for the Kings as they retake this lead.
So that will work. Jordan Bradshaw on the way for his extra point. 1 for 1 so far on those. Kick is up and on the way. It is up and it is through. So 14-7 lead for the Kings as we have just a few minutes left here in this first quarter. As Houston's offense, who has yet to really do anything yet, they will come back out with another opportunity to do so as they have Corky back deep for the return. Ball's on the tee, hands in the air. Here we go. Corky ready to go back deep. He'll be just a couple of yards shy of the end zone. Up the middle of the field, juke left, and the spin will get him out to about the 28-yard line. And out comes Dave Burr and company. They really have yet to have it in plus territory on their drives so far. They'd love to try to get something going the other way, but it's been slim pickings as far as the offense is concerned, as Jacksonville's been very stingy as far as yards.
Had a really rough go of it here in the first quarter, and the final play of the first quarter. Maybe they can make a statement of intent here with this final play.
2 to the right, 1 to the left. Tight end flex in the strong eye. Handoff, right side, spin back in towards the offensive line, nothing doing, as that will get us to the back to the line of scrimmage for GP Wells. So that is going to do it for the first frame. A 14-7 ball game, a pick six, as the Headhunters' only score line. Otherwise, without it, the Kings are in a bit of a dominant fashion. See what the Headhunters' offense can do to start at the second. Opportunities abound. Headhunters trying to remain as much in control of their own destiny as possible here. In the gun. Plenty of time for Burr. Now has to try to escape some pressure. Throw deep left side. That one's caught. Wow. Nice work and some improv done by DR Sim to come back to the football. That is 1st and 10 for the Hall of Famer, and Houston has themselves a nice throw on first down.
That play doesn't happen, partner, if Burr does not sense the pressure coming off the right side of the line, and he puts in a spot where only DR Sim can get up and get it.
That is some chemistry between quarterback and receiver, no doubt. Burr is in the gun. Looking to put it up again. Backs it up, looks, throws towards the sideline again. That is a good little completion. 8 yards more for DR Sim. And is able to bring that one in. Second down coming.
Now the passing game starting to open up here for this Houston offense. 2 passes back to back for DR Sim, both on or around the near sideline. Look for them to maybe open the field to play up just a little bit more here on this next play.
I look from Houston's offense, 4-3 on D. Burr with a 7-step. He's going to heave it deep over the middle of the field. That's picked off. You almost saw that one coming in triple coverage, and that is taken back to about the 28-yard line. Bernard Gooden, you've called his name once already, and this time he makes the play.
Third time's not the charm. They try to go to DR Sim for the 3rd straight play in a row, and Gooden is in the area, and he makes good of that interception.
And that sets up Jacksonville with semi-decent field position. Actually, pretty regular field position all told, but either way, good work in the man of the hour right there. Jared Willis has been the main cog in the offensive machine that is the Kings so far in this game. And that gets us, that is a flag before the ball is even snapped. And an offsides penalty that is going to go up against Houston.
Up with an excellent hard count, Butch Menner. Very unlike Mr. Menner to get a little greedy on the line, but the last time this Houston team jumped off sides, it resulted in a pick 6 on the very next play. Does history repeat itself?
Does lightning strike twice in the same place?
About to find out.
Under center. 4-3 look from Houston. Sipe is under center, looking to throw it out to the left. That is Jared Willis. He'll spin past 1. That's 2 spins, and nearly got him the first down. It turns into a 2nd and inches play coming up.
24 on 24. Isabella Blackwell, the free safety, coming down and taking care of business against Mr. Willis. Now it's 2nd and inches, of course, after the penalty.
Sipe to throw it. Has an angle out there. That is indeed a first down. Good pursuit to the ball, but not quick enough to prevent that first. And 1st and 10 coming up here for the Kings as they continue to, again, they take what Houston gives them. They don't try to take any extra. That's when they get greedy.
It's, like you said, the awareness of the rookie quarterback, Jordan Sipe. Not trying to force the football downfield when only you need is a couple feet. Good decision there from the young QB.
To throw again. Quick little out route. Has them another completion. It'll make it a 2nd and 5 coming up. Good work as Kingston Ellington makes his first appearance in this ball game.
See the Houston offense starting to creep up a little bit as Jacksonville have gone with these more shorter passes to try and nibble their way down the field. Look for maybe Sipe to maybe air it out here on this next play.
Could take a shot. They can afford to. Nope, it'll be a handoff to Willis, and he will get taken down after a 1-yard gainer. Talk about the receiving core of Jacksonville, and pretty even last week, all told. Spread the ball around. You got 2 receivers, including the tight ends, with 6 catches, 2 with 4, and then Azaria Way with 2. But a pretty even distribution, all told, amongst the receiver faithful for the Kings. I formation, look with 2 to the right. On this 3rd down. 7-step drop, throw left side, caught again. 3 quick outs from the offensive formations have turned into 3 completed passes and a couple of first downs for Jacksonville. You got to think that Houston's got to read those at some point.
And they are. They're starting to come up a little bit closer to the line of scrimmage on each of their defensive packages in the last couple of plays. It's only a matter of time before one of them gets the hand of the football.
Take a look there at Cesar Ackerman. He has a catch in this game so far. Weak eye look, handoff to Willis, trying to get it between the tackles, and he'll get a few. Get them 6 yards, 2nd and 4 again coming up for the Kings as they get it past midfield.
This one up through the teeth of that defense, trying to force their way through that interior of the defensive line. It results in 6 yards, and have to wonder whether or not the defensive cover to the outside might have had something to do with maybe with Willis getting a couple extra yards on that last play.
Houston reading run here. It looks like they're looking to send the house. They only send 4. Everyone else backs off, and a short throw goes nowhere. Interesting decision there from Sipe. I think maybe a more veteran mind would have audibled into something else given that defensive rotation.
There's Josh Rowe. Just look at the defense. Like we were talking about right at the beginning of the play. Almost everybody was stacked up on the line, trying to force Jacksonville to go deep. And when Sipe went for the short route, Rowe was there to put his hand to the football.
Maybe that's their reaction to them reading the short routes from earlier in this drive. See what the Kings can draw up on third down. It'll be a gun straight look, 3 to the left, 1 to the right. They're in range to take a shot here if they decide to do it. Looking to throw it. Sipe over the middle. That is an inside slant. Looks like 1st and 10, though, as they make the play happen and have themselves a first down just outside of field goal range.
And again, they just hit the middle of that defense. A couple of third downs ago back in the first quarter, they ran that exact same play on third down. That time it went to Joel Harleman, the tight end. This time it finds Azariah Wade, the wide receiver, for a similar result, a first down.
Every receiver, including both tight ends, now have a reception for the Kings. Sipe again moving the ball around pretty well. 4-3 look. Go to the outside, put it in Jared Willis's hands. He'll try to get some momentum and takes it about 7 yards. So more good work from the offense, and Sipe going through his progressions pretty quickly there, but finding Willis in the open in the flats.
Nothing is open downfield, and you have a guy like Jared Willis in the backfield who is on a rich vein of form in the last couple of games. Just go ahead and give him the football and let him go to work.
Sipe again towards the sideline, caught again. Quick out play works to perfection. 1st and 10 as they have it about the 17-yard line. Grayson Willis adds more yardage.
More yards and a first down here for the Kings. Houston might have been expecting back-to-back plays where Jacksonville may have been looking deep, and they hit them again with another short out route. Results in another Kings first down. Inside the red zone, here we go.
Weak eye look. Trying to find something that works. 1st and 10. Put it in Willis's hands. Gets to the sideline, but gets hit just before he gets to the white chalk. It'll be a couple of yards, no more than that. 2nd and 10 as Houston tries to remain stingy.
Corey Menner from his cornerback spot had to get over quickly to contain Willis. Only a short yardage gain. And now here comes the DBs again, playing press right on the line.
Handoff. Looking to go right side. Nothing doing. Very good work. Good run pursuit to get to the football through the offensive line. And that is about as ideal as it gets, setting up a third down and a chance for Houston's defense to get off the field with little damage.
And what Jacksonville would have been expecting is those DBs to back off a little bit, where the wide receivers could play a factor in the blocking game. Ultimately, it leads to Houston winning the day, but we'll see what happens here on third down.
And now third. Sipe, left side, looking for the end zone. That one's picked off in the dirt. That is going to be a 20-yard start, and good work in coverage to stop this drive and give up nothing. Corey Menner makes the play.
2 picks on the day for this Houston defense, and a clutch pick from Menner as he's able to undercut the corner route by Grayson Willis and take that football away.
And now here comes the Houston offense trying to take advantage of the momentum surge here. 1st and 10 at the 20. They're going to go heavy set on first down. They give it to GP. He'll try to run it between the tackles. Tries to work it to the outside. He's taken down before he can get there. 8-yard run on first down. Sets up 2nd and 2.
Tried to spin around his blocker, but ultimately got tangled up with them. 8 yards all told, nonetheless. Good start for this Houston offense after the pick.
Trying to take advantage of every bit of momentum as the Houston crowd finally has something they can cheer about. We're going to try to tie this game up if they can. Another heavy set eye look. Trying to find some hole. That is a very good run. And you don't call it a very good run because of the yards, but you call it because of the execution. Good work in the blocking. Gets just enough for the first down, but they will take that 10 times out of 10.
Indeed they will. Excellent blocking for the big men up front, creating the hole for Wells to run through. 2 back-to-back run plays that have worked well for Houston. It looks like they're going to the air here in the shotgun.
It is. First down. They'll check it down, though. It looks like a quick play developing, an 8-yard, they'll call it a pass play, just behind the line of scrimmage, and GP Wells turned it into something there, 2nd and 2.
Threw off the corner on his route after the catch, almost hinting like he was go back inside, cuts it outside, and makes a huge gain out of what seemed like Jacksonville had everything covered.
Got to get it to the 42 for a first down here, 2nd and 2. In the gun again is going to be Dave Burr. Backs it up, throws left side, caught. That's DR Sims' office on the left side of that formation, and he has it, 1st down and 10 for the Houston Headhunters as they get it up to the 45.
I think office is an understatement, partner. He's not really taking up offense, but taking up residence on the near side of the football field. 3 catches on the sideline, either on a corner or out route today.
As long as he's been in the league, it's basically a mortgage at this point. 1st and 10, handoff. GP Wells trying to get to the outside. He'll get taken down after a 5-yard gain, but the Houston faithful's happy as long as he continues to get 4 or 5, maybe 6 yards a carry. They can work with that, and the rest of the offense can execute around that.
All you need is just a couple yards. Get your offense moving in the right direction. That way your playbook stays open. You don't have to force the football down the field.
2 to the right again. Dave Burr, one in the backfield. That's Wells. He'll try to work it out, and the defensive line doesn't get to him. Sets up a 3rd down and a couple. GP Wells getting the play done, but now I think they have to rely on Burr here on 3rd down. That'll bring us to the 2-minute warning and a quick moving 2nd quarter. No doubt about that one. Still 14-7 as we have ourselves just a couple minutes to the halftime break. It's the SFL on YouTube, presented by APM Music. Two to the left, 1 to the right. Dave Burr ready to go. GP Wells to his right. They are going to rely on Burr on this 3rd down. Plenty of pocket. Throws in a great one-handed deflection. Knockdown is successful. And Houston likely going to have to punt it away.
They try to go over the middle, and John Martin there to knock the pass aside. It looked like Talon Steele, who was coming across on that little in route, was going to be open there maybe on that far side. I don't think Sipe saw him and tried to get over the middle. Incomplete pass. Looks like they're going to punt this one away.
You're going to have to. It looks like punter lined up at his own 38-yard line. Probably going to kick it from the 41. Ball at the 46 of Jacksonville. This will be an attempted coffin corner. Didn't really go exactly according to plan, but it'll be fair caught just after the 10-yard line. So the Kings will set up shop there. The SFL Weekly Fantasy Contest is officially up and running. Think you can draft the best team every week while staying under the salary cap, or maybe you just want to enhance your SFL experience. Free to play, no season-long commitment, and a new contest opens every week on Tuesday night. Join now and show off your fantasy skills to the rest of the league. Contact Jack Wall, Stephen Hacker, or Hunter Norwood to join today. Sipe on 1st down. We'll get it out to Jared Willis. He'll spin past 1 and then meet a wall of headhunters, getting himself 7 yards, 2nd and 3.
Kai Cash and Zed Markov combining on the tackle after the 8-yard pickup from Willis. And they're going to take a bunch of time off this clock here, the 2-minute warning. Still up by 7, Jacksonville. We'll see if they try and do anything different. Another interesting formation. Only one true wide receiver tucked in tight to the left end of the line.
Split backs look all told. Willis gets the 1st down, so just enough yardage to do that. Up to the 22. Maybe they'll give him the 23. But good work there, at least to get what they needed to continue the drive, no issue.
Rest of the downs now, we'll probably see them start to go more aggressively in the passing game here as we tick under a minute to go here in the first half.
And get some yards pretty quick if they want to get some points. This will be Willis. He's going to try to find a way to give him some yards pretty quick. And he'll get taken down at the 2nd level. 7-yard run on the right side. He's been abusing that right side of the formation for most of this game so far.
It doesn't look like Jacksonville is going to try and rush anything. They want to maintain control of the football up until halftime.
I mean, it makes sense. The Kings are going to get the ball to start the second half as well. So trying to limit the Headhunters' use of the football on offense. Sipe over the middle. That one probably should have been intercepted twice, but it'll hit the turf harmlessly nothing. Grayson Willis, the intended target. He's at least 5 for 7 on targets. Not happening there, though.
Try to go with a slow developing post route, but undercutting that was the free safety Isabella Blackwell coming up with the deflection. 15 seconds to go here. Still both teams with all 3 timeouts. The Jacksonville incompletion. Houston might be able to get something out of this.
We're going to throw it over the top. That is caught. First down and more. They're going to try to run a no huddle and at least clock it. Maybe they decided not to use their timeouts. They had enough available, but they'll stay in this formation. So too long to give it a Hail Mary, I would assume. They do call the timeout, and now decision time for Gooden on the sidelines.
With that last pass, partner, Grayson Willis did just surpass K.L. Barrett for 13th all-time in receiving yards as we close out the first half.
Yeah, that's a good one to get, and he's got one more in his crosshairs as well. He's about 10 or less away from his next particular target as well. So good stuff from Willis, and they will indeed try a Hail Mary on the last play of the first half. Plenty of time for Sight. He will get the heave off. It does have enough legs to get there, and it is well beyond the scope of the possibility of a catch, so nothing doing. And that should take us to the end of this first half. So 14-7 score line. The Kings, 2 touchdowns on offense. Headhunters, 1 pick 6 as their only points on the board, but their defense playing pretty well. Tyler, I wouldn't say back and forth, but at least a close game going into the half.
I would almost consider it more of a one-sided contest, partner. When you take a look at both teams' offensive plays, Jacksonville has run 39, whereas Houston has only run 22. Jacksonville's defense has done a phenomenal job keeping Houston's offense off the field. And meanwhile, the Houston defense, they really haven't done anything too egregious themselves. They have that pick 6, which has kept Houston still in the ball game, but it looks like it's Jacksonville, the team that's fighting for a division title, not Houston at the moment.
Yeah, not a lot of seemingly, I wouldn't say motivation, that's not the right word, but not a lot of get up and go, not a lot of hustle from the Houston side right at the moment. They are probably pretty lucky that it is only a 1-score game at the halftime break, but a lot can happen in one half of football. We've definitely seen that even this season, the way things have gone. So, and Houston had to come, has had to come back with some halftime comebacks themselves to get some wins. Looks like they'll have to do it again in this game if they hope to keep their division hopes alive, sitting at 6-4.
And one way to do that is converting on third down. So far throughout the first half, Houston 0 conversions on 3 third down attempts. That number has to change for Houston to come back in this football game. For Jacksonville, they're 5 of 6 on third down, doing a really nice job converting. Look for Houston's offense to maybe be a little bit more aggressive and try to find a way down the field. Jacksonville, all they need to do would be just to maintain the status quo, put some nice methodical drives, which they have done, play in, play out in this football game, and they might just pull off an upset.
And Jacksonville, coming into this game, top 5 in that third down category at 50%. They're 4th ranked in the league so far this season. This will be a run that goes Azariah Way's way, so to speak, as he'll get past the 20 and to start this first drive of the second half. The offense for Jacksonville really has not been a huge issue. Not a lot of big plays. Couple of nice runs that end up going for 20, 30 yards, but not a lot of big plays for touchdowns so far in this. They've just been capping off nice drives so far, but eating time off this clock. Give it to Willis here on first down, and he will get himself 4 yards. Not much more than that. 2nd and 6 coming up.
Nice opening drive run for Willis, picking up about 5, maybe 6 yards on the right-hand side, something we've seen them do as far as a play goes, fighting for that right-hand side of the football with their runs, trying to exploit the Houston defense on that side of the football.
Single back look. Willis again. And try to cut it to the outside, but Houston wants no part of that on defense. They're going to get to Willis on second down and put him back to the original line of scrimmage when this drive began.
That's just great pursuit on defense from Peace and company. Just getting into the backfield and forcing Sipe to just go really nowhere with the football.
Houston came into this on defense, third in the league in third down defense. They go up against Jacksonville on this third down, trying to find something left side. Caught! That is going to get him out to about the 47-yard line. 48 is what they'll give him. It is Grayson Willis, and that's going to put him the next rung up the ladder. Scott King now 13th, and Grayson Willis now 12th all-time in all-time receiving yards.
Excellent touch on the ball to light that football over multiple defenders and into Willis's hands. Great pitch, great catch, first down Kings.
All right, this becomes a pretty big third down that they just converted. They're going to try to put themselves up a couple of scores on Houston. Looking to throw it, Sipe, the outside, Willis, and try to catch the edge, nothing doing. He's pursued very well, 3-yard completion, 2nd and 7.
Samuels gets over there really nicely to slow down Willis. Only a short pickup that time, and now as the defense tries and retools themselves, having been beaten once through the air, deep on that near sideline. How will they respond here on second down?
Bunch left. Play action. Sipe, clean pocket, right side caught, first down and more to about the 33 is where they find their next target. And that will put them 1st and 10 in field goal range. It's Grayson Willis again.
Back to Grayson Willis. This time on a corner out to the top of your screen, to the far sideline. As now he's just finding himself in positions all over the football field. Sipe able to look him in and find him.
Good job on the play calling as well. Finding creative ways to put the ball in the hands of your playmakers. Grayson Willis definitely that for the Kings. Weak eye look from the Kings on first down. Get it into Jared Willis's hand. He's going to try to get the outside, and it looks like 3 headhunters in the area to take him out. 2nd and 3 coming as well here. Samuels in the area of that stop.
It's like we were talking about early on in this football game. Jacksonville's coming out with these awkward formations, overloading one side with receivers and opening up the field of play on the other side for a nice swing pass for Willis.
A lot of coverage options for the headhunters, but a run play is not what they dialed up there on defense. 1st and 10 at the 20-yard line as Willis has on the left side of the formation.
Seems like Houston's offense is on the back foot, or at least has been for most of this football game, as Jacksonville's offense finding creative ways, creative holes, creative weaknesses to exploit in the chinks of Houston's defensive armor.
136 all-purpose yards so far for Jared Willis unofficially. Left side caught, 9-yard completion, 2nd and 1, just shy of the 11-yard line.
Simple route, finding his tight end, spreading the football around all his teammates. That way Houston's defense can't zero in on anyone.
4th catch of the ball game for Ackerman. And a free play coming. Trying to break the tackle is Willis. Not going to happen, but it's not going to matter, as that should be a 1st and goal for the Jacksonville Kings. And it will be. Not ideal. You don't want to give them any more chances than they deserve, and that does not go their way. 1st and goal coming up here for Jacksonville. Chance to go up 2 scores in this game, which the way this game is going is probably going to loom pretty large.
3rd different defensive lineman for Houston to get called for offsides here today. Ill afforded, as you mentioned, partner. Only KT Slayer being the golden child of the defensive line.
That's off to the left and just past the line of scrimmage. Good pursuit, not letting him get the edge and get to that pylon. He has to spin back in instead. 2nd and goal.
Houston's defense needs to clamp down again. Last time Jacksonville's offense was in the red zone, they forced a pick. Can they force something similar here in that midway through the 3rd quarter?
Kane Samuels looking to make a play on this 2nd down. Line shifting around, linebackers moving around as well. Willis again. Looks like they're going to find him again, just past the line of scrimmage to the 4-yard line. And I'd say even in this early on in this third quarter. A pretty big third down coming up.
Massive third down here for both offense and defense. Houston's defense trying to keep it to maybe a one-score ball game if they can force a turnover. Jacksonville trying to put the impetus on Houston's offense, who has looked anemic all football game.
3rd and goal. Gotta find it. Sight. End zone. Got it. That's a touchdown. Saw that one coming. The footwork is golden. It's Grayson Willis, his 2nd touchdown grab of the day.
You could talk about the defense not playing the entirety of the field, but I'm going to give credit to Jordan Sipe with the excellent touch on the football and the awareness of Willis to know where he is in the back of the end zone and gets his feet down. What a pretty pass and what a pretty catch for Jacksonville.
The tandem has been pretty good so far for Jacksonville this season. They've had a myriad of other issues, which is why they're one of the 8 lost teams of the SFL this season. But their 2 wins, pretty decent. 2 top 12 teams on that list. The extra points up and good from Bradshaw, and a 21-7 advantage for the Jacksonville Kings. Now, time ticking on Houston to try to get their offense into this ballgame.
Houston may be starting to shake a little bit in their boots, down by 2 scores. Still a lot of time left to play, partner, but that offense needs to find a spark and find it fast.
We've seen a lot of very good play from Houston when they've been down this season. They really need it now. Corky from about 2 yards away from his own end zone. He'll take it 1st and 10 at about the 24-yard line for the Headhunters coming up. Visit the SFL website at simulationfl.net for info about the league and its 28 teams, all the places you can watch live games, plus links to apparel from Sector 6 and SFL mini helmets from 97 Sports Promotions. See all the league records, team stats, player leaderboards, the rankings of the next class of SFL talent, and so much more. Simulationfl.net, your home for everything SFL. Burr over the middle, that's caught, 1st down and more, just shy of the 40-yard line. Good looking catch, at least for the moment. Mike St. Green, his 2nd grab.
Only the 5th first down of the ball game for Houston, but what a way to start off the drive as they try and claw back in this game.
Trying to find something that works. If the intermediate passing game is there, they're going to take it. Bunch left for Burr and company. Lots of coverage. Lots of defensive backs in for Jacksonville. 7-step drop. Problems coming. That's a throw and catch left side. 1st down and more. Gets into the out-of-bounds area past the midfield line, and it's DR Sim again finding a way to make a play.
If GP Wells does not pick up the block from the interior of the defensive line, this play does not happen. Huge credit for GP Wells protecting his quarterback, giving him plenty of time to find Sim.
One of the keys, you got to keep a clean pocket on offense to give your quarterback time for those routes to develop, and he did it there. Burr is under center, empty backfield. He's not going to have any extra help this time. See how fast he gets the ball out. Looks to throw it. And he does have Mike St. Green as a target. Now I asked how fast he'd get rid of it. Less than 2 seconds from snap to throw for Dave Burr on that play.
Yeah, the golden rule is about 3 seconds, so hitting the under on the time to throw the football or average time to throw the football. And what a hit. We got to talk about some of these defensive players. Jacksonville as well. Chuck Diesel, the former Rev, comes up with a bone-crushing hit.
GP Wells. No spin. He's going to get a 1st down and a couple more. Past the 40 to the 35. You don't think this is a rivalry game? Look at the hits that are happening really on both sides of the ball right now.
He was tiptoeing through the tulips, as one would say, finding his way through both offensive players and down defensive players alike, having to pick up that 1st down.
In the gun, 2 to the left, 1 to the right. Has the football. Puts it in Wells' hands. He's going to try to work towards the sideline, and he's going to have not quite enough for the first. Make it an inches measurement to the 1st down marker for GP Wells.
That neat little stutter step at it again. It looked like, again, Jacksonville was going to cover it off like we've seen them do it a couple times, but every time GP Wells has just made a hit like he's going to the inside on one of those little swing passes, he's able to pick up 7, or on this last play, 9.5 yards.
Single back look, 4-3 on defense for Jacksonville. 5-step. Quick little throw as a first down and more. Tries to juke his way past the 10 to the 8-yard line. And that'll set him up 1st and goal. The Headhunters moving. DR Sim has him in range.
Jacksonville sent the linebackers in on a blitz, which completely opened up the middle of the football field. Just enough time and space for Burr to find Sim, and a huge gain here for Houston as they start to get closer to the end zone for the first time today.
Here we go. This becomes a pretty big red zone trip for Houston. They got to get it to within a score if they can. 3 to the left. Under center's Burr. From the 9. Looks to throw it towards the sideline. It is caught. Still not quite enough for the first down, but DR Sim gets him closer at 2nd and goal.
Chet Maverick, the corner, had to make a decision. Does he go with the rest of the duo of wide receivers who are cutting toward the interior of the football field, or do you try and follow Sim on the far sideline on that out route? And he made the right decision to push Sim out of bounds after the gain of 7.
I formation look. Tight ends on both sides of the formation. Through the middle. That's a problem. GP Wells trying to make something out of nothing there. He's tripped up the line of scrimmage. He went forward, then back, then forward again, and finally taken down by Dalton, the defensive lineman.
Looked like he was a sailboat lost in a storm or something like that. His compass was all over the place, and luckily he hops back to his feet after getting his legs taken out from behind him.
And coaches say go north-south, not east-west. He went north and south on that, which probably wasn't by design. This will be another handoff. Wells trying to find it through the blocking. Spins past, trying to get there. Breaks another tackle. Spins back in, and he's short. Oh, man, what a play and an individual effort there. It's now 4th and goal and decision time here for Houston.
He knows what's on the line. He knows there's a division title waiting for the Headhunters if they can maybe win this game and if other results go their way next week. But going back to our compass analogy, he went a little bit more northeast, partner, and it worked out pretty well had there not been a few boulders in the way.
Right, exactly. This would be a chip shot for Sonny J. 18 yards officially. Kick is up and on the way. It is up, and it is through. So at least they get 3 out of it. They probably wanted 7, but we're not quite at the 4th quarter yet, so they can live with that result, 21-10.
And it's a good sign from the offense that really hadn't done anything for the first 2.5 quarters of play. They put a solid drive together, a long drive, all totaling in 10 plays, the longest drive, I should say combined. For their first quarter, they had 10 plays in their 2 drives in that first quarter. They just had 10 plays in that last drive, which resulted in that field goal.
Way is going to have a kick return here that'll get him to about the 25-yard line. And that is where Jacksonville starts this next drive. The final week of the SFL regular season is next weekend, and you can catch all the drama, the most critical games to the playoff picture next Saturday at 6:30 p.m. and next Sunday at 8:45 p.m. Eastern on Next Level Sports. Keep your eyes peeled for matchups, which will be announced Monday on social media and here on NXT. For a channel guide and more info about Next Level Sports, visit nlse.com. 2 to the right, 1 to the left for sight. Time on a crossing pattern, has an 8-yard completion over the middle of the field, and that caters to Jacksonville's way of thinking right now as Kingston Ellington brings that one in. The short to intermediate passing routes, they're pretty much staples for this offense, and they're going to take more and more time away from Houston trying to make this comeback.
And if Houston's defense continues to back off from the pressure like we're seeing them doing right now, again, 10 yards between the next DB and the wide receiver, they might just continue to hit them over the middle.
Right side, quick out, turns into a first down. Past the 40 to the 41-yard line, and that will set up Jacksonville with Grayson Willis on the receiving end of that pass.
Houston's defense continues to be conservative, allowing Jacksonville these short to intermediate routes and another out route, which results in another Jacksonville first down. They're 21st in the ball game.
I figure you go over 20 first downs, you're probably in pretty good shape. Willis to the outside, trying to find a hole. He will get the edge, but it's taken away. Very good work from Keenan Samuels on D with the pursuit to take him down.
And Houston has done a really good job. We'll talk about more of that here in a second about the run defense.
Third quarter is over as we have ourselves a ball game, an 11-point ball game. The Jacksonville Kings up on Houston 21-10 at the time being. So Jacksonville going to start this fourth quarter with the ball in the lead and motivation to try to drill this time down. Split backs. To the outside. Tries to catch the sideline, nothing doing. And it'll be a third down coming up here. This becomes a pretty big third down for Houston.
Absolutely. And back to the run defense rather quickly. Willis has only been held to about 70 yards rushing, whereas last couple of games where he's really turned up the fire, he's been over 100 on the ground. So Houston's defense doing a really good job. And we'll see whether they do here on a third and medium. It looks like they're going to try and go an all-slant play over the middle like we've seen them do a couple of times here earlier in the ballgame.
Out of this formation especially, this is going to be a throw over the middle of the field, and it's incomplete. Dangerous ball. Houston gets out of it. Josh Rowe in the area, knocking it down. Fourth down. That's a rather large stop for Houston's defense to get them off the field.
It's a wrench into the plan. Josh Rowe read the play. It didn't come off as the all-slant play like we had all envisioned. Instead, Rowe, who had looked at the curveball being thrown and said, I know where that ball's going, gets into the path and provides a very nice deflection. And Houston's offense gets another chance here after the punt.
Corky ready to go on the return. Oh, nearly blocked. That was very dangerous. Two in the area, but they do get it off. And that is going to be a return for Corky. Breaks the tackle, gets a couple yards back. No harm, no foul. APM Music is unrivaled music to bring your stories to life, inspiring every production with the world's most robust and constantly refreshed music collection, state-of-the-art technology, and world-class customer service. APM Music is the official soundtrack of the Simulation Football League. To explore their library and to find the perfect tracks for your projects, visit apmmusic.com. Houston in a crucial drive, trying to get into a one-possession ball game. GP Wells tries to spin, does so. Gets a couple more because of it. Ends up with a total of 3, and it'll be 2nd and 7 coming up here.
So Melia got off his blocker quickly. One of the wide receivers came up to try and stop him, but got off the block quickly in order to slow down the tailback.
Strong eye look from Houston. 4-3 on defense. Looking like they're going to send some extra heat. They do. Run blitz and nothing doing. A couple of yards forward. They get 3rd and 5. And the last thing that Houston can afford here is a third down failure on offense. They're only about middle of the pack in third down offense coming into this week. They need one here.
They need one. Have yet to convert on third down in the ball game. This is a crucial third down.
Under center. Burr backs it up. Looks, throws, crossing pattern is a good one. They have the first down. No, they don't. That is incomplete. Thought he grabbed it, but Greg Corky cannot bring that one in. 4th down. And again, looks like a punt here for the Headhunters.
Only the second target of the day for Corky. His only other target and completion was the one where he helped out his quarterback coming back behind the line. -2 on the receiving total today for Corky. And unfortunately for Houston, it's another punt.
Not going to be enough to get it done. Now their defense has to make another play and stop this Jacksonville offense from doing what they want. Punt upcoming. It's a good one. Zaria way back for the fair catch at his own 29-yard line. They'll give him the 30, and that'll start this drive here for Jordan Zeit.
And as things stand, partner, the teams with a 6-loss record, Louisiana, Queen City, amongst a whole bunch of other teams, 6 teams in total, Atlanta in there, still have a shot of making the playoffs if Houston can not come up with a win tonight.
Single left formation. Willis to the outside, trying to find a way, but the pursuit too strong. He gets taken down. 8-yard run and a 2nd and 2 coming up.
when we're talking about Jacksonville in the last couple of weeks, you've got some pretty good blockers. Alden Bleeker, the left guard. Olivia Bleeker, the left tackle, springing out on the left side of the line to help try and create the edge. Picks up 7 for their club.
2 to the left, 1 to the right. Willis again in the backfield. Wouldn't be surprised if they go in his direction again. They do. Through the hole. Not going to happen. Taken down. And a 3rd and 1. Houston again on defense facing a big 3rd down.
Man, with the only touchdown for the Headhunters today, Jason P. stuffs the run up the middle. Can the Houston Headhunters do it one more time here on 3rd and short?
They need it. Houston crowd. Oh, that's a free play. That's not what they needed. 1st down given regardless. They'll get the completion anyway. But wow, that's tough to take on defense for Houston.
The 4th offsides penalty of the day for the defensive line. Tom Tanner picks up his 2nd, and it's a back-breaking 3 first down for Jacksonville.
Oof. That is, one cannot underestimate the size of that oof, unfortunately, for Houston. They needed that to be a play, somebody to make a play, and unfortunately it was the wrong play at the wrong time. And here comes Jacksonville with a new set of downs and some new motivation to try to get this ball into plus territory and take more time off. Gun straight look. Jordan's sight. He's aired it out a couple times already. Over the middle, crossing play. Actually, inside slant is a good one. That is a 2nd, and they're going to give him 7 on that to the tight end one more time.
Ackerman again coming alive. His 4th completion, his 5th catch of the night, as he's been one of the most favorable targets for Sight to go to tonight.
4-3 on D for Houston. Handoff. Oh, big hit behind the line of scrimmage. Huge takedown is going to set up a 3rd and medium. And again, Houston sets themselves up for a chance of success.
We're talking about playmakers on the defensive side of the football for Houston. Look no further than these linebackers, Samuels, Peace, and Markov, who made the last tackle, have been playing lights out tonight.
Just shy of 7 minutes left in this 4th quarter and a 3rd and 3. And another free play given up, a 1st down regardless. And man, they are kicking themselves in Houston right now.
It's the golden sombrero for Tom Tanner. Unfortunately, official call goes to R62.
Neutral zone infraction, number 94. Defense.
Another 3rd down on defense for Houston, tainted by a penalty. And again, Jacksonville moves ahead with a new set of downs.
How often do we see this, partner? Just a whole bunch of offsides calls, and so many for Houston today. It's not like them to be this jumpy. I wonder if they're nervous with the prospect of them maybe losing the division title.
Entirely possible. Younger group in that defensive line than we normally see. And KT Slayer, the only one who's been not guilty of one so far in this game. They give Willis the 1st down on this pass to the flats, and they start working it into pretty close to field goal range.
Willis just turns on the Jets, and Markov does a good job of trying to get there in time, along with a little bit of corner and safety help, but Jacksonville has found a way to march down the field, and it just goes to show you that maybe some swing passes where the defense just backs off a little bit. Maybe that's where you go next time when you're playing Houston, because Jacksonville's recipe has worked for success here today.
In the backfield, Willis again cuts it back inside. He'll get himself a couple of yards. 2nd and 5 coming up. Next level sports coverage of the SFL continues tonight when the Las Vegas Fury and the Atlanta Swarm clash at the Hive. Kickoff at 8:45 Eastern with live look-ins from Tulsa, Baltimore. For a channel guide and more info about NXT, visit NLSE.com. Weak eye look. Looking to throw it to the outside. Caught, 1st down and more towards the 20. And he'll get the 20. 1st and 10. They've run that play with success on multiple occasions to Grayson Willis on the sideline.
It's been the Achilles heel of this Houston defense when they try and go conservative and try and back off and defend the deep passes. Jacksonville says, we'll just take what you give us. And we'll get these short passes, and it's worked. They're in the red zone.
Handoff. Willis again tries to find a hole. This time he's swallowed up by a couple of headhunters, taken down as they are inside the red zone. But a nice stop there by Samuels.
Linebacking core again, finding their assignments and knowing where the runs could potentially go. Peace again making another tackle. And now here comes the defense. They bump coverage on the outside.
See what they can do to slow down these receivers. Sipe over the middle, that's caught. Well placed by Jordan Sipe, 1st and goal. And that is the definition of placement on that pass, putting it only where Kingston Ellington can get it.
Great pass from Sipe. Great job from Ellington getting around his marker, getting around Kai Cash there in the slot. Not something we often see with Cash being a very good slot corner. And ultimately, Ellington just the better man on the day.
I like it. 1st and goal. Split backs. Look. Taking time off the clock as well. No reason not to at this point. Looking to throw it to cap off the drive. It's Willis. Did he get there? No, he's just short. Very close. They're at the goal line. 1st and goal. Or this, I'm sorry, 2nd and goal.
Oh, so close from Willis. Cash with the touchdown saving tackle with enough strength to stop Willis from getting inside Pater. Now it's 2nd and goal. Houston is all the way with their backs against the wall here on 2nd and goal.
Here we go. Houston's season very much could be in jeopardy if they don't make this happen. That's a free play given as well. It's tipped and it's incomplete. It's only going to be half the distance to the goal, so no big deal, I guess. Markov makes the play on the ball, but another free play given.
It's number 4 for number 90,
Oof.
partner.
Tanner, man, I don't know what he's seeing out there, what he's hearing from Jordan Sipe, but Jordan Sipe is just in his head with the snap counts right now.
It might be that the shaded lens he's got hooked up on his helmet there. Maybe he's not seeing the ball being snapped properly. Especially, he's also in the shadow of his own end zone, and with the shadows starting to loom rather large here earlier in the evening, maybe that's what's maybe threw him off guard there in the last play.
Not sure. Either way, it's a tough ask. 2nd and goal. Handoff through the middle, and it is indeed a Jared Willis touchdown, getting the ball to the end zone and possibly wrapping up this game for the Kings.
And what a good jump on the line from the offensive line to get the early push, to push the defense back further into the end zone, creating the hole large enough for Willis to eventually find the hole and get in for 6.
Unofficially, 82 on the ground for Willis for yards, and then 82 through the air as well. All-purpose 164 as of right now. Again, unofficial totals. And that is going to be the extra point that's good from Jordan Bradshaw to give them a 27-10 lead. And a lot's been said about Jacksonville's offense this game. Let's talk a little bit about their defense. They've been able to put Houston in some very uncomfortable situations, and Dave Byrne Company have not been able to respond.
No offensive touchdowns, only a field goal at the end of the 3rd quarter. But since then, Houston looked like they might march down again and get some more points on the board. But Jacksonville up for the task on defense. They're going to be called on once more as we get closer to the end of regulation.
Corky with the return out to the 25. Notes from the production truck. Jacksonville has 26 first downs. Houston has 36 offensive plays. That's the way this game has gone for the Headhunters in their own building, nonetheless. So good work by Jacksonville to really take control of the tempo of this game and put it into an advantage for them. 3 to the right, 1 to the left. Burr over the middle. That one is intercepted. Plenty of coverage in that area and more problems abound for the Houston offense.
Young Vaught saw DR Sim try and make the post route work. He read that one spectacularly. Comes up with interception number 4 on his rookie campaign, and one that might just seal a football game for the Kings.
Alrighty, so we're going to probably see a steady diet of Jared Willis as we get this clock down to the 2-minute warning, 2 to the right. And expect this to go 24's way a whole bunch of times. Looks like Houston's defense expects that as well with the 4-3 look. And he'll get taken down after a 3-yard gain. So Jacksonville next week, they go up against an Atlanta squad that has had an up and down season. And on the other side, Houston, you called it a trap game at the top of the broadcast, partner, and this is exactly what this has turned into for Houston. They have Fort Worth next up on their schedule in a game that really Houston wanted to mean more than it may at this point. That, this score holds, which it's likely to do, then they're looking at 6-5, and they may be out by the time that game goes next week. This will be a run forward for Willis again. 3rd and inches coming up.
And though they might not be out with a loss tonight, partner, a loss versus Fort Worth brings so many other scenarios into play that Houston would love us if we didn't talk about it.
Yeah.
They could very well be out of the playoffs if this week goes as we're seeing it go, and next week if it doesn't go their way as well. Houston's season is not really on life support, but they are no longer in control of their own destiny after tonight.
Yeah, this is a problem for the Headhunters. A season that showed a lot of promise earlier on in this campaign. That's a good backfield tackle as the blitz gets home. 4th down coming, and a long field goal could potentially be on the horizon for Jordan Bradshaw if they decide to do it. But that'll get us to the 2-minute warning at the very least. 2 minutes to go in Houston. It's a 28-10 affair to the Kings and the Headhunters. It's the SFL on YouTube, presented by APM Music. Chris Curtis, Tyler Falk in the broadcast booth. Jack Brown, Justin Reside on stats with us this evening. And then Commissioner and producer Cameron Irvine on the buttons, making us sound smarter than we really are. That is there's a whole tandem of people that make this thing happen. So good work by all of them, and thank you for spending a part of your Sunday with us. That is going to be taken away by Jackson. Not taken away, but they at least get the touch on the ball at the 3-yard line, I think is what they're going to give them. And that is going to put Houston even back further than they thought they were going to be.
Excellent putt from McCoy. Great hands teamwork from Zomelia to help pin them deep in their own 5-yard line. Houston has it all to do.
Yep, a lot to do, even if they score quickly on this drive, which we'll see. That's going to be over the middle, and that's going to be down about to the 28-yard line. They do find a completion over the middle of the field to MSG.
A Mike St. Green sighting, partner, something we haven't seen in quite some time today. An excellent route, excellent post route over the middle, undercuts everybody. If he maybe would have run that route just a little bit more, and if Bird just had a little bit more touch, we could be talking about maybe some points here for Houston.
It's entirely possible. I mean, MSG, we haven't seen him, I believe, since the late part of the second quarter, if I'm right, since he had his last completion. Far formation look from Houston. Backs it up, puts it over the top, tipped and incomplete. Just past the 45-yard line. Greg Corky, his 3rd target of the game, does not go his way. Zomelia on the deflection.
Nice, complete coverage. It's Bernard Gooden who initially makes the touch, along with Zomelia and a whole host of others, try and come up with the pick that would more than likely put this game on ice. But Houston has another chance.
And they do. Again, they need some help, but they are looking to try to make it happen. Empty set formation. Plenty of defensive backs for Jacksonville. They know a throw is coming. And they find the package that works. Over the middle, that's caught. And I believe that's going to be DR Sim coming from that side of the field, having the post route work in his favor at the 48-yard line.
This time it's Isaiah King who runs post route, partner. Actually, it's the first time we've seen Isaiah King at all tonight. I wouldn't go against you for misspeaking against Mr. King, but good pitch and catch for Houston just outside of midfield.
That route came from DR Sim's office.
Right.
So-
Well, I thought we had decided it was his place of residence at this.
Yeah, yep, yeah, his mortgage payment. Got it. Under center. 3 to the left, 1 to the right. Looking to throw it. Quick drop back for Burr. Keeps a clean pocket. He gets taken down. They'll start to work the clock here. Try to set something up. Same formation of the single back. They're set. Throw coming. Same play, same result. First down and more, though, as it will be a step out of bounds for Greg Corky at the, I believe that was the 30-yard line. 20-yard line.
That's just excellent acceleration from Corky, and that's why he's on return as well, able to get up and go quickly from a stop route. Just a short 5-yard, maybe 6-yard stop route, which ultimately results in a big play for Houston.
From the 27. Burr's got to make it count pretty quick. I'd expect him to take a shot here, 5 wide. See where they go with this. Left side, deep, caught, touchdown, Houston. Able to get that one to go at the very least. A whole lot of things got to go their way, but DR Sim has a catch for a touchdown.
From Mr. Sims' house to Hollywood Boulevard, Burr finds Sim for the touchdown, and Houston maybe starting to get back into it. So they're going to need a lot of things to go their way. Maybe even a 2-point conversion here and now would do wonders for them.
Yeah, they'd put themselves about 9 points, or about 10, 9 points back, but they'll decide to go the extra point way instead to get it within 10. And then the onside kick looming after that. Sonny J about to add on that extra point, at least attempt to. And it'll cap off a 6-play and 99-yard drive. And it's blocked. And that is going to be more problems abound. Sonny J can't get it away on the slow-moving extra point procedure. And the Jacksonville Kings are going to take another point off the board.
They try and go the safe route instead of trying to go for 2, and it ultimately comes back to bite them. The snap was poor, and now they absolutely need this onside kick.
This could be very well for their season. 10 yards it went. Hands team plays well. That is Jacksonville's football, and they can now work on closing it out, and there's just not much time left for Houston to do anything, barring a takeaway.
Bobby Swain hauls that in for Jacksonville, and I don't think there's anything that Houston can do about it. They still got 1 timeout, but it's not going to be enough. Jordan Sipe takes the line of scrimmage to start the kneel downs in the most favorite of all positions. If your team that's winning, that's the victory formation.
It's the sweet, sweet victory formation that'll draw out Houston's last timeout, and that should pretty much wrap things up. Still over a minute to go, though, so got some time to burn all told. But that is not the way Houston wanted to go into Week 14, and a credit to Jacksonville's coaching staff for putting a game plan together to keep the Headhunters at bay. We know how explosive this offense can be at times, but really, they did a great job bottling up one GP Wells, and that was the start of this whole defensive scheme for Jacksonville.
And only the 3rd win of Jacksonville's season, a far cry from where we usually see this club in seasons past. They're right around being in contention for a deep run of the playoffs this season, of course, with a quarterback change, bringing in the rookie Jordan Sipe. Not everything has gone to plan, but for one game here early in October, Jacksonville's team, led by a very comprehensive and efficient offensive game plan, and then, as you mentioned, a very dedicated and well-rounded defensive, just all-around play. Jacksonville comes out here in Houston with the victory.
60, I believe it's 68 total yards of offense, or 58, sorry. Yeah, 58 total yards of offense for GP Wells. That's between receiving and rushing. That is not going to get it done when he is a cornerstone of your offense, as he has been for Houston this season. And you see that their offense, I mean, when you only have a couple of receptions from one Greg Corky, and even Mike St. Green was absent, really, -1 catch in the second half, that's not going to get it done. Jacksonville comes out with a win, 28-16 over Houston in an anticlimactic game, in a game that Houston really needed. They did not get it done.
They flipped the script, didn't they, partner? Jacksonville, the team that just seemingly had all the confidence, had all the mojo working for them. And you see the time of possession, nearly 30 minutes of time of possession here in this football game. That's a huge credit to the entire program led there in Jacksonville, Florida, as they come out with a nice solid win. Jared Willis over 160 all-purpose yards on another spectacular performance. As we mentioned coming into the show and as we saw throughout the football game, he is a completely different player from early on in this season. He has been the spark. He has been the workhorse for the Kings. And in my opinion, partner, he is my player of the game.
Yeah, I would tend to agree. Jared Willis has been the guy for the Jacksonville Kings for the last now 3 weeks, and he continues. I mean, the player of the game only meant for this game, but that's at the same time, he's done enough in this game, I think, to earn it. I think you're right on the money. Jacksonville has Atlanta next on their schedule to cap off their season. They are eliminated from playoff contention, talking about Jacksonville, but they have done some things to give themselves some momentum in the winter season coming up. That is going to be Grayson Willis, who takes the player of the game away. It is 116 yards, 2 touchdowns for him, and a couple of all-time leaders stomped as far as the rankings go. But that is it from Houston. Stay tuned for the SFL family of networks back on Next Level Sports. It is going to be the Fury and the Swarm coming up at 8:45, along with Tulsa, Baltimore on the other channels as well. Thank you from Tyler and myself. We will see you for the late games on this Sunday evening slate.